Hi guys, it's Morgan from the Treasure Trove, and I have not sat down to record a video like this in so long. For the few of you out there who care, I have been absent for way too long, mainly because I got sick, like really sick, to the point where I couldn't even leave the couch. I was sick for an entire week, and then I was better for a week, and then I got sick again for this whole week, and it has to do with a recurring problem that I have. I won't go into too much specifics, but I just was in a lot of pain and couldn't really do anything. So I just wanted to sit down and make a favorites video because I realized I haven't made a favorites video in so long, so I have a lot of stuff to catch up on about things I've been loving. So let's get right into that. I'm very excited to be back. I have really bad dark under eye circles, and I've tried everything to correct this. I've used a ton of different eye creams, I've tried a ton of different makeup products to correct this, and everybody, I'm sure, if you're on YouTube, has seen those videos or like Instagram video clips of girls using like orange and red lipstick to correct their under eye circles, which I thought was totally bogus, to be honest. But I was going through my lipstick collection and I noticed that I love this color, but I don't ever use it because the formula is way too greasy and it just slips and it's all patchy, and I've tried everything to make this work as a lipstick and it just doesn't. So I was like, oh, let's try it on my under eye circles. And I gotta say, guys, I really do like this makeup hack. I think this color for my under eyes, it blends well underneath my makeup. It doesn't make it look too obvious that I have like red smeared under my eyes. And because it's so creamy, I have a problem with a lot of concealers just drying out my under eye area because I have such dry skin. And because this is so creamy, it sets like a good base for like me to put other concealer over it, and it doesn't look too dried out. I have it on today with a very thin layer of concealer over it, and I can tell you that my under eyes look brighter than they have ever had with any other makeup that I've ever tried. So this is, wow, way to go on a rant and not talk about what product it is. This is the NYX Brown Lipstick in the color Orange Soda. It's terrible as a lipstick, but if you're pale like me, I would definitely recommend checking it out as a color corrector if you have really bad under eye circles. Now, I have a warm undertone, so my under eye circles tend to pull a little warmer. They're like more brown and warm purple instead of like a cool blue. So yellow is really the best for me, but I find that I really like this shade to correct as well. The yellow concealer I have is way too dry for my under eye, so I don't use that, but this works great also. Another makeup favorite that I have been loving, I did not expect to like this at all. I just picked it up at a whim at the dollar store, and that is this Colormates Compact Makeup. That's all they call it. It looks like one of those old cheap theatrical makeup that you would buy for like a dance recital, but I really needed a concealer in a pinch, and I thought, hey, maybe this might work as a concealer. And I got it in the color Light, and let me tell you, if you're pale like I am, this would be perfect for you. This is actually, I am not the fairest person around at the moment, but in the winter I do get very pale. If you are ghostly white, I would definitely recommend this in the shade Light for you. This is actually way too light for me as a face makeup. Now, another thing is, I definitely wouldn't recommend using this all over your face as an all over face makeup, because I don't know, the consistency is really interesting. It's very creamy, so it kind of like sits really weird on the skin when you do use it as an overall makeup. It just comes in this little makeup, like compact makeup like they suggest, with a sponge. I like it because the sponge doesn't flop out and get in the way, so I just leave it in there even though I don't use it. The consistency is so creamy that it makes it perfect for a concealer. I use this as a concealer because it's just like a shade lighter than my skin. I use it and it really brightens up my under eye. I love using it over the NYX lipstick. And I will have a full Dollar Tree Beauty Finds video up on this product because I think it's so great. So here's just a quick swatch just to show you the coverage and how light it is. This is it in the shade White. You can see how much lighter it is than my actual skin tone. And this is also cool toned. If you're a like really fair girl with pink cool undertones, this would be perfect for you. And it was only $1. And I've seen this at Big Lots too with a matching little spot concealer for $1.50. So if you do want to try like that concealer stick that comes with it, it's definitely worth it for the extra 50 cents. I'm not sure how great the concealer stick is, but I was really surprised by this and I really love it. Now my last beauty related favorite is this thing that I also picked up at the dollar store, and it is this Wet n Wild eyeshadow brush. And they just call it an eyeshadow brush. It comes in a little pouch. It's just a rounded, fluffy brush. This shape makes this brush great for a multitude of things. I like it for a quick like all over lid color here. It's just like really fast and easy. I like it for blending into the crease for like my transition color. I like it for like softly blending out the edges. It's really versatile for a 99-cent brush, and I was genuinely surprised. I would definitely compare the quality of this brush to the e.l.f.'s $3 brush line. Their brushes in their essentials line, which are only $1, definitely the quality doesn't compare to this. So if you see this little Wet n Wild guy for 99 cents, I would definitely recommend picking it up. It's been really great to add to my brush collection. It has so many uses and I've just been loving using it all month. In the month of October, I definitely love listening to the album Rumours by Fleetwood Mac. I had never been like a huge Fleetwood Mac fan before, but for some reason I just decided to listen to it and I was just like obsessed. Brian can probably attest to that because I probably played it so many times and he was sick of hearing it. I also was obsessed with listening to Tears for Fears. In the month of October, I was just like listening to their best of and just their albums, like Songs from the Big Chair. I listened to that album so many times. I don't know. I love 80s music. I have like a whole 80s playlist that I love, but I specifically was obsessed with Tears for Fears in October. I didn't read a lot in the month of October, but I did start digging into this big anthology book that I bought at Salvation Army like a year ago. And it was someone's old textbook because the Salvation Army that I go to is right near 2 colleges. So a lot of kids dump their old textbooks here, but I am super into this. It's American Gothic Tales. It has an intro by Joyce Carol Oates, who wrote like Where Are You Going, Where Have You Been, and The Gravedigger's Daughter. It's just an anthology of American Gothic tales, which are some of my favorites. Like it has Edgar Allan Poe in here, which I've pretty much read every story by Edgar Allan Poe already, but it has a bunch of really great stories from really great authors, and it was perfect to read around Halloween, although I do love good Gothic storytelling year-round. So if you are into the macabre and weird side of life, I definitely would recommend checking this out. I'm sure they have it at a library. I did a quick Google search and I looked up on Goodreads and it comes up, so it can't be too obscure of an anthology. I just think that a really great collection of stories. The ones that I've read so far have been The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. It was really fun to read like the source material for the Tim Burton movie and the Disney cartoon, obviously. I read The Man of Adamant by Nathaniel Hawthorne, which I loved. I thought that was a great one. And Young Goodman Brown by Nathaniel Hawthorne, which was also great. Not as great as The Man from Adamant, but definitely checking out. I read The Tartarus of Maids by Herman Melville, who wrote Moby Dick. It was very interesting. The Tartarus of Maids is like referenced a lot in things that I watched, so it was really cool to read that. And now I am on The Black Cat by Edgar Allan Poe, which I have already read before. It's one of my favorite Edgar Allan Poe stories. Same with The Yellow Wallpaper. I've read that by Charlotte Perkins Gilman. I've read that several times for school and I still think it holds up as a great creepy story. There's just so many great short stories in here, so definitely loved this and would recommend it to anybody who loves creepy stories. Now lastly, I'm going to share some shoes that I picked up every October. The Ronald McDonald House here where I live throws this giant charity sale that they hold in a warehouse. Like, that's how big it is. They have it twice a year, but the one in October is always the one where you can get the greatest stuff. It starts with like, if you donate something, you get to go in early, like a day before the general public. So that's what I did. I donated some stuff. I donated a lot of old clothes so I could get in and shop on the day of. And then as time goes by, things get cheaper and cheaper. So my mom and I went back on the last day, and it was like $5 to fill a bag of stuff. And then it was like 75% off the $5 price. So it was crazy. It was just absolute craziness. I got stuff for so cheap. But mainly I want to talk about the boots I got. The boots I got on the first day, and I paid $15 each for these, and they're crazy. The first are these. They remind me of like Neo or Trinity's boots from the Matrix. They're just so awesome. They weigh like 8,000 pounds, and look, they were like barely ever worn. And the leather on this, it's such nice, soft, supple leather, and it's from like a European brand that I've never even heard of before. They fit me perfectly. It's a size 230. I don't even know what country that is. I could not say no to these. I love these, and I'm just super obsessed with them. And the second pair I got are crazy. They're from Paris, and I googled the brand and I couldn't come up with anything because they don't have like any online presence or anything, but they are, let me back up, these oxblood over the knee boots. They're real leather. They're super soft, nice leather. They're made so well. They fit me perfectly. You can wear them over the knee, like they're thigh-high boots on me, or you can fold them down to be below the knee, and then they look like awesome pirate boots. I can't wait to wear these. I haven't had a chance to wear them because where I live, it's been abnormally warm, so it's been like way too warm to wear over the knee boots. But I just like, as soon as I can, I'm gonna make an outfit of the day wearing these because they're just amazing, and I can't believe they were only $15. So I spent $30 on 2 pairs of like really high-end boots, which is just crazy. I don't know, like this sale just blows my mind every year, and I have so much fun going to it. So it definitely was one of my favorite experiences in the month of October, as well as my favorite finds. So I hope I didn't ramble or sound too crazy in this video. This is the first day that I'm feeling better after being sick, so I don't have my people skills or talking skills down yet. I'm just used to sitting at home talking to no one, so I feel like I'm kind of manic today and like all over the place. But thank you for watching if you sat through this. Thank you to every single one of you who watch my videos. I know there's not very many of you, which is perfectly okay with me. The fact that there's any of you just means a lot to me. So like this video if you liked my favorites. Let me know what some of your favorites are, and subscribe if you'd like, and remember, stay cheap and lazy. Bye. Static brush. It's the my camera stopped recording. Lovely. Anyway, Brian from the something happens and I'm head over heels. Don't take my heart, don't break my heart, don't throw it away. Don't throw it away. It's just a it's